Hi everyone, Sean here from the maths team at City College Plymouth. Here again to go through another little calculator tip on using your class whiz. This time we're going to be using this button down here next to our answer key. Now this is really helpful on standard form questions, okay? So a particularly tricky topic. I'll go through this particular question slowly, make sure we're okay on it, and I'll show you how to use this button here to answer a question like this. So we've got a table showing a population of 5 different countries: China, Ireland, Russia, US and UK. And all of these answers, all of these populations are written in standard form. So don't forget, when you're writing an answer in standard form, basically it's one number in front of the decimal only. You're only going to go up from 1 to 9. And then you're multiplying that particular number by a power of 10. Okay, so that's what standard form looks like. We're being asked to work out the difference between the population of the USA and the UK. So that's these two here we're looking at. So what we're going to put into our calculator, what we need to put in is basically this sum. Okay, so if I just write this, I'm going to put it in brackets because I'm going to put it into brackets on the calculator as well. And putting it in brackets just makes sure you're going to get the right answer. If I just change that times to a subtraction, because we're trying to find the difference between the two populations, yeah? So that's what I'm putting in my calculator. 3.4 times 10 to the power of 8, subtracting 6.6 times 10 to the power of 7. Now in my calculator, I'm going to press my bracket first. 3.4. Now, a quick way of writing it down is using this button here. If I press this, that's giving me a standard form sort of format. All I've got to put after that times 10 is my power. It's 8. So I'm going to put an 8 there. So that's basically that first part of that calculation done. I'm closing my brackets. I'm subtracting, opening my brackets again, 6.6. Standard form button again, times 10 to the power of, and this time we're going to put a 7 in. We're going to close our brackets, we're going to press equals, and that's giving us the answer. If I write the digits down first. So that's giving us the answer of 274 million. Okay? So if we look at that and we want to make that into standard form, we just basically got to count back to where we want one number in front of we only want one number in front of our decimal. The decimal's going to have to go there. So we're going to have 2.74 times 10 to the power of, let's count our digits after the decimal now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 to the power of 8. So that would be the first part, that would be the first answer to that question. 2.74 times 10 to the power of 8. So the second part of this question, we're being asked how many times larger is the population of China than Ireland? We're being asked to give our answer to one significant figure. So basically we've got the population of China here, 1.4 times 10 to the power of 9. We've got the population of Ireland, 4.7 times 10 to the power of 6. Obviously both of these numbers are written in standard form again. This time we've got to think about what sort of calculation we're going to be doing. Is it adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing? If you want to know how many times bigger one place is than something else, basically we're going to be doing the population of China and we're going to want to divide it by the population of Ireland. Okay? So what I'm putting in my calculator this time is going to be 1.4 times 10 to the power of 9, and I'm dividing it by, or putting it over, 4.7 times 10 to the power of 6. So that's what I'll be putting in my calculator. Now don't forget I've got this fraction button up here, so I can use that for this question. I'm just going to write these numbers in. So I'm going to write 1.4, using my standard form button again, times 10 to the power of. This time for China we want 9. as we're writing this as a fraction, it's not so important that we worry about putting our brackets in. We can just write this in as a fraction. So this next bit here, we've got 4.7, again using my standard form button, times 10 to the power of, and this time we got 6. Okay, I'm going to get my answer coming up now. It's coming up as a fraction. I want it as a decimal, press SD, and I've got that number coming up there, 297.87. It's a massive decimal. We're being asked to write this to one significant figure. Okay, so the first significant figure on that calculator display is a 2. So I'm looking at it and thinking, am I near a 200 or am I near a 300? Well, with the 9 after the 2, it's telling me that I've got to round that number up. So I'm definitely going to be nearer 300 than 200. So I can write down, showing my workings, I can write down the answer I've got on here. I'm not going to write it down every single answer, number on my calculator display, because it's going to go on, but I can write down the first couple of digits. Okay, that's my answer. If I want this to one significant figure, the answer is going to be, I'll write it up here, 300 times bigger. So hopefully that makes sense, and you're happy using those buttons on your calculator for standard form.